Quest presents an unabridged recording of The Hurricats, the incredible true story of Britain's kamikaze pilots of World War II, by Ralph Barker. Narrated by Andrew Cullum. Chapter 1. The Scourge of the Atlantic. Seated facing each other in the high-backed walnut chairs of the Air Council Room in King Charles Street were the top brass of the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force. The man who had called the conference was Air Chief Marshal Sir Charles Portal, the newly appointed Chief of the Air Staff. Confronting him across the square walnut table was the First Sea Lord, Admiral of the Fleet Sir Dudley Pound, Chief of the Naval Staff. The highly polished furniture, the rich velvet of the curtains, the thick pile of the carpet, the solid permanence of the stone fireplace, and the graceful aerobatics depicted in the World War I paintings on the panelled walls failed to create the usual atmosphere of relaxation and confidence. The date was Tuesday the 12th of November 1940, the time 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The Battle of Britain had been won, but Britain still stood alone against a powerful, ruthless, and impatient enemy. 4 days earlier, Hitler had sworn to intensify the air and U-boat war. Britain was to be bombed and starved into submission. The November fogs that might have blanketed London as a target had failed to materialize, and the gales that had restricted enemy air activity the previous night had blown themselves out. The sky was clear and the moon was full. Across the English Channel, the Luftwaffe were preparing to renew their onslaught, with London the main objective. As the conference deliberated, the lights in the room were switched on and the curtains punctiliously drawn. From a score of heavily sandbagged government departments in adjacent Whitehall, drably attired civil servants scurried off home to beat the blackout. As night fell, the sirens wailed, and within minutes the guns of the barrage thundered. Soon from the outskirts of the city, the first bombs reverberated. But the men closeted in the luxurious isolation of the Air Council Room paid no heed. They did not allow the bombing to interrupt their proceedings. In any case, the bombing, for the moment, was not their prime concern. Nor were the U-boats, though they were headache enough. To the unrelenting battle of attrition in the Atlantic in this first winter of the shooting...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?